In this video, let's learn the basic properties of a quadratic equation. What do we mean by a quadratic equation in one variable? It is an equation written in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. This is very important. A must not be equal to 0. It is because if a is 0, alam natin na kapag minultiply yan kay x squared, ang sagot ay 0. And this will no longer be a quadratic equation, but a linear equation. Okay, so take note of the definition that a quadratic equation is of degree 2, meaning the highest exponent must be 2. This is called a quadratic term, ax squared. Bx is what we call a linear term, and c is what we call a constant. Here's an example of a quadratic equation in one variable, written in the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. If you look at 2x squared plus 7x plus 3 is equal to 0, 2x squared is our quadratic term, 7x is the linear term, 3 is the constant. At mula dito, we can identify the values of a, b, and c. Take note that the value of a is 2. Okay? The numerical coefficient of the quadratic term. The value of b is 7. The numerical coefficient of the linear term. And last, the value of c, which is 3, which is the constant term. Second example, 6x squared plus 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. Here we can identify a as 6, b as 3, and c as negative 2. But take note that not all equations or not all quadratic equation is written in standard form. Let's take a look at this example. 6 minus 2x plus x squared is equal to 0. In this case, this is not written in standard form. So, convert natin siya into standard by simply writing the quadratic term first. Take note that the commutative property is very important to this example. So, si x squared, yung quadratic term, lagyan natin sa unahan. Since that is positive, we write here, positive x squared. Negative 2x is still the same. Sa gitna pa rin siya. We have minus 2x. And then, ang ating constant term, which is positive 6, siya na yung nasa ulihan. Then, we have equals 0. So, therefore, we can now identify the values of a, b, and c. And a is 1, b is negative 2, c is positive 6. Another example. Let's say 3x minus 8 is equal to negative 3x squared. Notice that here, the quadratic term, okay, wala pa dun sa unahan. Ibig sabihin, hindi pa ito naka-express into standard form. So, ang gagawin natin, we have to move the negative 3x squared, the quadratic term, to the left side of the equation. So, how do we do that? By simply applying the addition property of equality. Okay, so para ma-eliminate natin si negative 3x squared, we need to add 3x squared on both sides of the equation. So, add 3x squared here, and then mag-add din tayo sa kabilang side. So, now we can cancel this. So, this becomes 0. So, the right side of the equation becomes 0. And the quadratic term is now on the left side. So, pag sinulat natin siya into standard, we have the quadratic term, positive 3x squared, the linear term, positive 3x, and then our constant, negative 8, equals 0. And now, we can now identify the values of a, b, and c, where a is equal to 3, b is equal to 3, and c is equal to negative 8. Now, let's rewrite quadratic equation in standard form. So, take note, as I mentioned earlier, not all quadratic equation is written in standard form. If you look at this example, 2x times the quantity 3x minus 5 is equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation, okay, in one variable. But it's not written in standard form. So to do that, we need to distribute this. Apply distributive property on the left side. So 2x times 3x is 6x squared. 2x times negative 5 is negative 10x equals 0. And this is it. Our equation is now written in standard form, where a is equal to 6, b is equal to negative 10, and z is equal to 0, because there is no constant term to this equation. Another example, let's say this one. So in this case, again, this is a quadratic equation but not written in standard form. So to write this in standard form, we need to apply FOIL method. Multiply muna natin itong nasa left side of the equation by applying FOIL method. So the first terms, x and x times x is x squared. And then x times 2 is 2x, 3 times x, 3x, and then 3 times 2, positive 6, equals 0. Now, let's combine similar terms. Take note, sulat lang natin si x squared. And then si 2x and 3x can be combined together. And that gives us positive 5x. And our constant is positive 6 equals 0. So now, our equation is written in standard form, where a is equal to 1, b is equal to 5, and c is equal to 6. Another example, x plus 4 times x minus 3 is equal to 8. Notice that this is a quadratic equation but not written in standard form. So, to do that, we need to multiply these two binomials by FOIL method. So, x times x is x squared, x times negative 3 is negative 3x, 4 times x is 4x, and then 4 times negative 3 is negative 12, equals 8. Okay, now by combining similar terms, we get x squared. Negative 3x plus 4x is positive x, and then we have negative 12 equals 8. Now, take note, the right side must be equate to 0. So, si 8 dapat mawala. So, para mawala si 8, we need to apply, again, addition property of equality by adding negative 8 on both sides of the equation. May eliminate na natin si 8 dito. So, here we have this. So, again, nag-subtract tayo ng 8 sa left and right sides of the equation. So, cancel na itong 8 dito. 0 na yung matitira dun sa right side. And now, by combining similar terms, we have x squared, positive x, and then negative 12 minus 8 is negative 20 equals 0. Therefore, a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, and c is equal to negative 20. Again, let's look at this example. We want to write this equation in standard form. Okay? So, to do that, begin by multiplying this side. Using FOIL method, we have 2x squared, negative 3x, positive 4x, negative 6. Next, apply distributive property on this side. So, 4 times x is 4x, 4 times negative 3 is negative 12, and then we have negative 5. Let's combine similar terms on each side. Okay? Unahin natin para di tayo malito. Now we have 2x squared, negative 3x plus 4x is positive x. Next, we have negative 6 equals 4x. Negative 12 minus 5 is negative 17. Now, we want this side to be equal to 0. So, para maging 0 ito, we need to apply addition property of equality again. So, para mawala si 4x, we need to add negative 4x on both sides. Para mawala naman si negative 17 here, we need to add positive 17. And so we have, okay, so subtract negative 4x here, negative 4x, and then add positive 17 dito, and then another positive 17. So here, mapapansin natin, we can cancel now this, and then cancel this. So, mapapansin natin na itong right side natin ay 0 na. Now, by simplifying the remaining expression, we have 2x squared, x minus 4x is negative 3x, negative 6 plus 17 is positive 11 equals 0. Ayan. So now, our equation is written in standard form. Quadratic equation in standard form. Now we have A is equal to 2, B equals negative 3, and C equals 11. I hope that you learned something today. Thank you for watching.